Today we're looking at Portal, the Second Age, the sequel to the beginner set. But you know what? Even masters can play with beginner cards. We're gonna start playing with Deja Vu. It's a blue 2 generic. Actually, this is super flavorful. Sorcery. Return any one sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I should say your opponent should be seeing Deja Vu, huh? Am I right here? Am I right, folks? History is the study of repetition. So is of learning. Okay, Abzo wants to go Sleight of Hand. Is this the origin story of Sleight of Hand? You see? I mean, this card, where's the OG? Look at that! OG from Portal the Second Age. Yeah, it's a blue. And this card has seen tons of tournament play. I mean, hey, it's no Brainstorm. It's no Ponder. It's no Serum Visions. It's no Opt. It's not a lot of things, but you know what? It's still a cantrip. It will still draw you some cards. All right, it will draw you one card a little bit deeper into your deck. One blue, sorcery. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. This has seen a lot of tournament play as like the substitute of substitutes to cantrips. You need a lot of cantrips. You need to dig to a certain spell. Sleight of Hand has got you covered. I can't remember. There is I can't remember what the reason is. I think it's if you don't have fetch lands in your deck, this is like extra good because it definitely digs deep. Like you put cards to the bottom, you don't have to worry about them anymore. Anyway, I don't remember the strategic purpose to this thing. Okay, Mean Bruley, the temporal manipulation. Temporal manipulation. Oh, I just got a reprint. But it came from the Portal Second Age. We got a 5-mana sorcery. You take another turn after this one. This is about, you know, it's a slower time walk, but sorry, not a time walk. Time warp? Slower time warp, but hey, time warp is still a time warp. Take an extra turn. One of the most broken abilities in the entire game. Doing something at the last minute isn't so bad when you can make that minute last forever. You know, some of those flavor texts, they're absolute bangers. Okay, Steve Cooper's like, Razor Claw Bear is like $50. Let's go check it out. Razor Claw Bear. By the way, I think temporal manipulation is good. Like, how many take an extra turn cards are there in the... Wow, yeah, it's like $35. This is insane. I don't think there's enough take an extra turn cards in the game. Like, what do we got? We have Time Walk, but that's like super banned. Then we have Time Warp, Temporal Manipulation, Nexus of Fate. Not too many, so if you need one, Temporal Manipulation is still the manipulation you need. Okay, what we're looking for, Razor Claw Bear. So the thing is about these Portal sets, some of them were like super low in print. I mean, it's old. It's an old set. Oh, they didn't think that many people would be playing with these cards. Who wants to play with the Razor Claw Bear? 4-mana 3/3. Oh, look, you got that sword and the shield there just to indicate its power and toughness. If Razor Claw Bear attacks and is blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This is terrible. Oh yeah, it's $60. I don't get it either. It can become a 5/5 if it's blocked. No, this card's absolute garbage. No. Do not buy for $55. I don't get. Is it the artist? Heather Hudson? I have no idea. This card it's worth money for something, but I would never play the damn thing. Kano with the Ancient Craving. I'm craving for something ancient. I think the only thing people might crave ancient is like, I don't know, a 500-year-old wine. Otherwise, like, I'm not going to eat any 500-year-old meat. Do they have like 500-year-old beef jerky? Can you eat beef jerky if it's 500 years old? There are YouTube channels about eating like stuff from 30 years ago. I don't know if beef jerky qualifies. Ancient Craving for a black 3 generic. Sorcery, you draw 3 cards, you lose 3 life. Oh, sorry, we need the Portal second. We need the Portal field, people. I want to feel Portal. That big bold text, the sword and the shield beside the power and toughness. See, if they think you're a noob, all right? If you noob, they needed to define the text the text that matters from the flavor text, just in case someone thought, oh, knowledge demands sacrifice, so I gotta sacrifice my creature to play this card. No, you don't have to do that. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. Draw 3 cards, you lose 3 life. This is so similar to a green card that does this. But it's 4 mana, just draw 3 cards. No drawback. Still, it's not terrible value, but it's 4 mana. I don't want to play it. John, thanks so much for your super chat. The Norwood Priestess. Let's go find that priestess from Norwood. Are we going here or what? Let's pick it up, Scryfall. Let's pick it up. Mr. Very Smart says, is this the one that has only sorcery spells and had weird rules with them? Yeah, I think everything is a sorcery in Portal. Okay, the Norwood Priestess, 4 mana for a 1/1. It's an elf. On your turn, before you attack, you may tap Norwood Priestess to put any green creature from your hand into play without paying for it. Oh, it's just an Elvish Piper. What? Oh, is it? Yeah. I think, oh, did they not even have the tap symbol? We don't got instants. We don't have the tap symbol. Like, what do we even have in Portal? And again, before I attack, is this still relevant? Let's look at the, forget the ancient scripture. You may put a green creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Activate only during your turn before attackers are declared. Oh, they decide to hold it to that. You have to do it. Toad is like Melissa Benson art spotted. Went from, probably at this time, went from painting the Lord of Atlantis to painting the Norwood Priestess. Okay, next up, let's take a look at the Alaborn Musketeer. Oops, it's Musketeer. I don't know how to spell Musketeer. Okay, we got from Portal 2 mana for a 2/1. It's a soldier. Alaborn Musketeer can block creatures with flying, so has reach. This card is terrible. Would not play. Would not recommend, in my opinion. That Elvish Piper, it's okay. It's not good either, but I mean, it got something for it. It's doing a little bit of something. Just a random mate. Did they? Is this the origin story of Armageddon? No, I mean Armageddon. I'm not looking that one up just because like Armageddon is that's from Alpha and Beta. There was an alternate Armageddon, wasn't there? There was like Armageddon Part 2, I think, that came out in Portal. Okay, let's look at a Christopher B special. Remove Soul. Of course, there are reprints from older sets in the Portal series, but this is not. Was this ever printed in Portal? It wasn't even printed in Portal. Oh, False Summoning? Is that the card you wanted? Oh, I guess so. Okay, so it's a blue 1 generic. Sorcery. Place False Summoning only in response to another player playing a creature spell. Well, that's impossible. Here you go. The sorceries that were supposed to be instants. Fools! I can't believe they thought the players were so dense they couldn't understand this. I mean, I guess it was easy enough to say this is a sorcery that you can play in response to other people's cards. They should have just called it a spell. It's like, and then they should have all been called spells, and then the text box should say, play only during your main phase, and when the stack is empty. Would have made it more confusing, to be honest. Okay, play False Summoning only in response to another player playing a creature. That creature card has no effect, and it puts it straight into the graveyard. Ah, good. Say goodbye to your creature. Hold a funeral. Nikachu, you always make fuss over guns. This set is a gun nut paradise. Is it? This is a gun set? Where are the guns in this thing? Since when do we talk about guns on this show? Except how there's no guns in Magic the Gathering. They're all blasters. That's the only time I ever talk about guns. They're all blasters, or arrows, or things that look like guns, but are not guns. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Sheelan's Obsidian Giant. This is a 5 mana 4/4. That's it. That's it. That's just, it's absolute crap. Would never play this thing. It's really not. It's not even giving me any chance to, like, make commentary on it. The space is blank. You know what? Maybe the space is blank because you're supposed to write in your own text, like, ETB, deal damage to each other creature equal to the toughness of Obsidian Giant. Or the power, whatever you choose. This is basically the same thing. When Obsidian Giant attacks, you may put a creature card. You may put 2 creature cards. Oh, that sounds like such a great show. We, like, make cards. We, like, make the text for, like, blank cards based on the art. When Obsidian Giant enters the battlefield, you may put 2 other creatures with mana value 1 or less onto the battlefield under your control. That would make for a sick card all of a sudden. I don't know why you have 2 creatures that are 1 CMC in your hand by the time you play a 5 mana card, but you know what? Maybe you gotta dump your hand somehow after drawing a bunch of cards. Yeah, it's like the opposite of a marker card. You add your own text instead of removing it. Look, they divided the blank from the flavor text. They did it for a reason. It's your make your own card day. But Nikachu, imagine the flex of winning with the Obsidian Giant somehow. No, that's not very sexy. It's a vanilla card. I remember some of you were asking me, can we do a show on vanilla cards? Did we ever do that? But it always seemed like such a terrible idea to me. All right, here's a 5 mana 3/3. Okay, let's move on to the 6 mana 3/6. Yeah, there's like no commentary that I can make on a card that's completely blank, except make fun of its flavor text or something. Okay, Mean Brule with the Rain of Daggers. Would the make your own card be 3 hours? Oh god, I hope not. Rain of Daggers! Wow, they're reprinting Portal. Portal gonna go, the cost of Portal's gonna go down in value. They just reprinted the Mystery Booster, or sorry, Mystery, what's it called? Yeah, Mystery Booster too. Okay, 6 mana for a sorcery. Destroy all your opponent's creatures. Each creature destroyed this way, you lose 2 life. Ooh, I thought they would lose the life. That is the opposite of what I want happening. Why are we losing life? I'm not getting hit by a dagger by any chance. Well, I think it's still a good card, but I mean, it's some risks here. We could end up dying. Everyone mass buy your portal card. No, well, get the reprints. You mean sell? Everyone mass buy your portal cards? The prices are gonna collapse. We can include the French vanillas too. Are you making a funny here, huh, Mean Brule? You being a little memey here. Oh, we got Raznab with the Righteous Fury. This is a 6 mana sorcery. Destroy all tap creatures. For each creature destroyed this way, you gain 2 life. This one siphons our life. This one gives us life. This is infinitely better. Now, they have to be tapped, but I mean, that's still going to be a lot of creatures. It's hard to play Magic the Gathering without tapping your creatures, I'll tell you that much. And, like, even if you don't kill everything on the battlefield, you're still going to gain a little bit of life out of it. I think that's worth it. Next up, we'll take a look at Abzo's Nature's Lore. I have a feeling some of you that decide to show up today, you're going to get 10 cards. Nature's Lore from... Nature's Lore has been reprinted to infinity. Actually, its origin story isn't even from here. Whatever, we'll look at Nature's Lore. Is this the second one? It's the second age? This is not even exclusive to anything. 2 mana sorcery. Search your library for a forest card. Put that forest into play. Shuffle your library afterwards. You know what? All things considered, this is great. This is still 2 mana ramp spell is a 2 mana ramp spell. Do not underestimate. Just a random mage says Denizen of the Deep. How many of the Deep cards are there? There's so many of them. Oh wow, this actually came from... This came from Portal Second Age? Oh, it's been reprinted in a bunch of weird sets, including Dominaria Remastered. Okay, but that's interesting. 8 mana for an 11/11. When Denizen of the Deep comes into play, from your hand, return all your other creatures from play to your hand. That is beyond absolutely terrible. There's some benefit to this. So, for example, if you if you have some ETBs or some creature that comes into play like Mystic Snake or something, maybe you want to bounce it to your hand. But outside of that, I'm not in love. I'm not in love with spending 8 mana on a card that's gonna bounce all my other stuff back to my hand. It doesn't really do anything by itself. This is the opposite of tempo. This is called tempoing yourself out. Big Bone Records, Renewing Touch. Renewing Touch is a singular green mana. Come on. Can we see? There we go. Singular green mana sorcery. Choose any number of creature cards in your graveyard and shuffle them into your library. Does this help you in any way? Okay, I mean, I guess for a deck that tutors cards directly onto the battlefield, if you have Birthing Pod in play, if you have Vanifar in play, you actually might want this card, alright? So if the creature dies, you shuffle it back into the deck, and you get it directly back into play. I could see a world where this is good. How to annoy the mill play, that also might work. You know what? It's anti-mill as well, unless they exiled your deck. But yeah, choose any number of creature cards. Alright, I'm gonna put all these creatures back into my deck. 1 mana, put 20 cards back there. You're gonna have to work harder than that, mill player. Pacers fan forever with the... Oh, we did temporal manipulation. Climax Beats with the Steam Catapult. 5 mana for a 2/3 human soldier. Tap, destroy target tap creature. Activate this ability only during your turn before attacks are declared, of course. I can only imagine how Wizards looked at these types of cards. They're like, you know what? Everyone's just going to be activating this on their turn before they attack, so we might as well just even make that canon. This is just how the cards should work. They had like probably a focus group playing Magic the Gathering. Everyone's playing their cards and activating their abilities on their first main phase. Maybe we should just scrap the second main phase like it doesn't even exist. Anyway, I think it is, like, okay. It's not terrible. The only thing that sucks is it has to be on your turn, so, like, you can't, like, pass, you know, and try to get something that's attacking you, because that would make this card so much better. You like the flavor text, huh? It is, you idiots! Turn it around! Turn it around! You can't. It's not going anywhere. Okay, Mobilize from West Coast Games. This is from the original Portal. We're not there yet, West Coast Game. We want Portal. We want the sequel to Portal. The sequel. We're actually working backwards. We did the Third Age, or 3 Kingdoms, and now we're going backwards. Okay, Michael Ing, Wildfire. Oh, is this where Wildfire first came about? Oh, it is. This is the origin of Wildfire. A very popular sweeper. 6 mana, sorcery. You destroy 4 of your lands, and your opponent destroys 4 of their lands. Then Wildfire deals 4 damage to each creature. Isn't it? Yeah, it's just each player sacrifices 4 lands. You destroy it! Actually, destroy is not the right word, because if you had protection, if everything in play was indestructible, then this Wildfire would do nothing. But it's actually, they errated it to sacrifice. Each player sacrifices 4 lands. And deal 4 damage to each creature. How much toughness does every land have? This card proves it has 4 toughness. Otherwise, it wouldn't be destroyed. Okay, next up, let's take a look at King Ginger's Eleborn Zealot. Shotgun Oh, there is a gun! Okay, white, 1/1 soldier. If Eleborn Zealot blocks, destroy both Eleborn Zealot and the creature it blocks. They go down to... I didn't know! That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, if it blocks, destroy Eleborn Zealot. Did we, like, shoot them at close range, and then the enemy exploded, therefore destroying Eleborn Zealot? That's the only thing that can make sense to me. This thing should have, like, tap... I don't know, deal 1 damage to target creature with flying or something like that. That would make a little bit more sense to me. You didn't get one? Oh yeah, I skipped you because you tried for the temporal manipulation. How about salvage? Let's look at salvage. Oh no, there's a card, 11 million cards called salvage. Okay, but we found this one. This is a green sorcery. Take any one card from your graveyard and put that card on top of your library. It's like the anti-tutor. I like that card. I think this is a good card. It's almost like regrowth, but it's cheaper. It's like vampiric tutor, except you're rummaging through your garbage. That makes some sense. Don Salvatore, how's it going, Nikachu? I managed to make platinum in arena earlier this week after like 2 weeks of playing at Magic the Gathering. Congratulations, Don, you've made it platinum. What's next, diamond? Get the diamond now. Darren is like, now that's a waifu. Says Darren. Okay, they were messing around in the past. None of the Thunder Guns things from Thunder Junction. Oh yeah, nothing. They die both in a ricochet swing. Talking about the Alaborn Zealot. Okay, let's stay on topic here. Salvage. Take any one card. That's about it. I have nothing else to say about this. We just did Righteous Fury Bell. Okay, West Coast Games wants Redemption. The Alluring Scent. The name. The art. Damn! Okay, Alluring Scent is a green, 1 generic. Well, it allures all the naked elves to the yard. Sorcery. All creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. That's what happens when you put on your deodorant or your perfume. Everyone starts like... No one wants to block the stinky soldiers. Everyone wants to block the scenty soldiers. Mean Bruley is like, what's the closest gun we've had that wasn't a gun? Frazzle Cannon? I think it's closest to a gun that wasn't a gun. I don't know about that, but this looks like a gun that is a gun. You know what's funny? There's a sword here too. What the hell? Where did this gun come from? So we got a sword. Sorry, we have a gun, and then we've got the backup plan, the sword. So weird. It's crazy. Another Melissa Benson. Wow, they spent the entire budget on Melissa Benson over here. Raging Goblin. The best one-drop haste ever? Well, that's false. Boy, has it been reprinted, though. It used to be the staple, though. It was an OG. Portal. Oh, this is not even from Portal Second Age. This is from Portal Period. Backspace. Get back to Alluring Scent. Oops, this was, here. This came from Portal Second Age. It also came from Portal, but... It has to at least come from Portal Second Age. Okay. Elf Pheromones. We did Sleight of Hand. What, is this like a really small set? Is it like nothing in here? Okay, Bell with Relentless Assault. It's relentless. It also has been reprinted by Mystery Booster. Originally from Visions. Okay, 4 mana sorcery. Untap all your creatures that attack this turn. You may declare an additional attack this turn. This card is insane! So you get a second attack step. This card is absolutely busted. There's so many decks that would love to play with this card. Are there not like creatures that let you exile a card from your graveyard as you're attacking and then you can play it again? Or is that only some ETBs like Snapcaster Mage? I swear like such cards exist and like you can attack and then replay this from your graveyard and get even another attack out of it. So it works really good. Raznab with the Untamed Wilds. This is Portal Second Age, a 3-mana sorcery. Search your library for a Plains, Island, Swamp, Mountain, or Forest card, and put that land into play? Oh, it's or. You can only look for 1. Shuffle your library afterwards. Okay. I thought, like, are we putting 5 lands in play for 3 mana? Like, what are they, nuts? But the or at the end... Yeah, let me just scratch that out here. Let me cover it with my mouse. Just get all these cards and put them into play. Easy peasy. Okay, next up we got, oh, Pace's Fan Forever with the Goblin Matron. This is a very, very, very good card. Is that? No, this is Anthologies. No, it came from, okay, it did come from, what's it called? Damn, Pace of Fan Forever. We did that one. Don't worry, we'll donate it to somebody. Okay, it's a 3-mana 1/1 Goblin, ETB. Search your library for a Goblin card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library afterwards. Now, if you're not playing with Aether Vial, this card sort of sucks. But if you're playing with a combination of Aether Vial and, what's it called, Skirk Prospector to sack creatures, including the Goblin Matron to cast other creatures, then this works quite fine. It's basically a 3-mana, go get any Goblin, and very likely you can play it this turn. So this is a very, very good card. They don't need to be basic lands. No, they don't, but like... Okay, well, let's go back to that last one. Untamed Wilds. I would never pay 3 mana for this. I think that's just too expensive. The going rate for tutoring for any land is 2 mana. It's like, you know, Farseek. I think once you spend, like, 3 mana is just too much. Like, on turn 3, you want to be doing something else other than putting more mana in play, unless you're putting a lot of mana in play, like 2 lands in play. Pace of Fan Forever. Deja Vu! We did that already. So we're donating. Who do we donate to? Alex Bruce with Cruel Edict. Do it's Deja Vu that I saw Deja Vu in chat. Cruel Edict, a 2-mana sorcery. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. It's simple and useful. There's nothing wrong with that. 2 mana makes someone sack a creature. It's great. I mean, it could be better at instant speed, but we're not going to complain even at sorcery speed. Corbinek with Earthquake. We did see... What's the OG here? That's the OG. We gotta see the OG pictures here. I think I own some copies of Earthquake in Portal. Man, Earthquake was reprinted the crap out of this thing. They reprint Earthquake a lot! From Alpha to Beta to Portal, Portal 2. Portal 2, the return of sorcery cards. Red X. Earthquake deals X damage to each player and each creature without flying. I think this is such an underrated card. I think this is a pretty good like board wipe for anyone in like mid-range red. But also, like, if your opponent is within dying distance, you just go blast them to death. You can go X can be 6 and the game is over. I think this is a very underrated card. I really like Earthquake by quite a bit. Okay, who do we have here? Gunks Ford, Return of the Night Stalkers. That sounds illegal. Night Stalkers are coming back? We told you to go. We got a restraining order. I would definitely get a restraining order on these fellows. Okay, this is a 7-mana sorcery. Return all the Night Stalker cards from your graveyard to play, then destroy all your swamps. No! It's terrible. How many Night Stalkers are there? What the hell is a Night Stalker? Okay, there's literally 12 Night Stalkers in this game. Apparently a lot of them coming from Portal 2. So this is like a card that they built specifically for this game. But we lose all our swamps. That's terrible. Not worth it. Would never blow up all my swamps for this damn thing. Oh, they're Grinches, are they? The Grinch's cousins. All not good. Oh yeah, all the Grinches are terrible. Yeah, so in exchange for bringing all... I mean, it's like a living end, right? It's sort of like a living end card. So maybe if you can self-mill yourself and then get the 7 mana, you can, like, basically resurrect them all. Get them back. Anyway, you heard the music. That's because it's time to thank our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy Magic the Gathering cards. Remember, Bloomborough. Get your hamsters, your froggies, your rabbits, your bats, your badgers, and add them to your commander decks, your standard decks. Bloomborough hot singles are fresh and ready for you from FusionGamingOnline.com. Also, deal of the week this week. Save 15% off all Secret Lair singles and box sets. So if you're looking for a special art from Secret Lairs, maybe now is the best time to go pick it up, because you're going to get 15% off at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though. Stack them discounts by getting an additional 5% off everything you have at checkout. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. If you want to take your game to a competitive level, you know what? They got all the tournaments. They got all the premier players play on Magic Online on a regular basis. You know, if you throw yourself into a Modern, Pioneer, or Legacy challenge, you probably, odds are you're going to run into a Pro Tour competitor. So if you're looking to, like, take your game to the next level, there's no better way to do that than to be playing on Magic Online, and you get that edge when you're renting cards with Mana Traders. You can support the channel by using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_25K. And back to Portal. Back to the Night Stalkers. Terrible Night Stalkers. They be spooky. Alex says, Night Stalkers were the main black tribe for Portal 2 for some reason. Zombies too spoopy, I guess. Maybe they were trying something new. Something new. They didn't know if it was going to work out or not. It didn't. We don't hear about them ever again. Okay, what do we have a super? We have a super chat here. From King Ginger. Thanks so much for your super chat. Vampiric Spirit. What is that art? You seem to be fascinated by the art in this show. Oh, interesting. It is. Okay, so let's first talk about the card. It's a 4-mana 4/3 spirit with flying. When Vampiric Spirit comes into play, you lose 4 life. Why am I losing life? Why? Because it flies? So this is like, what is it? What is a centaur? What's the mythical creature? It's like the top body of a man and or of a human, and the bottom part of their body of a horse. It's like that, but this is like, I don't know, some sort of vampire. A vampire with wings. Toad says, yep. That's it. Oh, hey, one of my first cards I ever had is here. The Theft of Dreams. Okay, let's look up Theft of Dreams. By the way, Vampiric Spirit, terrible card. Okay, Theft of Dreams is a 3-mana sorcery. For each tap creature your opponent has in play, you draw a card. Ah, interesting. I could see you cashing in big off of this card. Situational, though. Certainly you need... See, the only downside to a card like this is... you need your opponents to sort of cooperate with you. They need to have a big board. Probably you need to be behind, so not ideal. On the other hand, maybe you're not the threat at the table. You know, you're letting your opponents do whatever they want, attack each other. You go Theft of Dreams and like draw 5 or 6, 7 cards. For each tap creature opponent has in play, you draw. I think this is underrated. I think this is supremely underrated. I think this is a banger card. Super banger. I cannot see myself drawing less than 7 cards with this thing. So it's like a one-sided time twister. I don't even have to lose the cards in my hand. Next is... Did Kano get one? I don't know. Death Coil Worm. Super trample, you say. So it's an 8 mana, 7/6, Wormsy. Pretty big for a worm. It's chasing those Death Stalkers. If Death Coil Worm attacks and is blocked, you may choose to have it deal its damage to the defending player instead of to the creatures blocking. Yep. You decide to block me? Well, I'm still damaging the Planeswalker right behind you. Next up... What was right below this I saw? Oh, Gunksford. This was what I was looking for. Hurricane. Also underrated, in my opinion. Where are you? Green Axe. Sorcery. Deals X damage to each creature. Sorry, to each player and each creature with flying. So, I mean, if you're on the ground, maybe Hurricane is pretty good because it's still like an X damage spell while at the same time blowing up the flying creatures, and it will not harm your creatures. Cameron Cole has a good one. Who, here? Who's Cameron Cole here? Cameron! Or maybe this is in reference to something else. I have no idea. Okay, we got a super chat though. King Ginger with vengeance. Another shotgun lady. More shotgun ladies. Holy smokes. Point blank range. No mercy.
Enemy spotted.
Destroy any one-tapped creature. Wow, basically shooting them in their sleep. They're not even holding a gun. They're holding like a cannon of some sort. This is crazy. She looks like a cowgirl, does she? I mean, I guess. Where's her cowboy hat? Where's the, or a cowgirl hat? Where's the hat? I don't see no hat. Okay, next. Next up. I don't want to do Armageddon. You know, okay, we'll do Armageddon. I probably shouldn't have allowed like Hurricane and Earthquake. Is this set so empty that it mostly was just reprints of staple cards from Alpha and Beta? 4 mana, destroy all lands. Isn't there? But I thought there was like, maybe it didn't come from Portal. I thought there was an Armageddon, the alternate Armageddon. You know, the second Armageddon came from Portal. I guess not. Of course, this is a good card when used correctly. Careful, you might blow up your. Destroy all lands. It should have some claws. Oh no, yeah, it does. This includes your lands. Oh my goodness. I could definitely see some people thinking that this only blows up their opponent's lands. Like, why would this do it to me? Yeah, this includes your lands. War destroys more than just the land. War destroys hope, including your own. I was about to say, you know, warning, will blow up your lands. Darren's like, yeah, boy, Armageddon. Some people, there are two types of people. People who like Armageddon and people who don't. Oh, Ravages of War was from Portal 3? Okay. But I knew it came from like a Portal set. It was very Portal-esque. Meme Brule with the Talus Researcher. 5 mana. 5 mana for a 1/1. That's terrible. On your turn, before you attack, may tap Talus Researcher to draw a card. That's still terrible. Absolute garbage. I think we did Bear Cub Toads. Sheelan with a Cunning Giant. Is that the giant that got shot down by the gun? I think it is. 6 mana for a 4/4 giant. If Cunning Giant attacks and isn't blocked, you may choose to have it deal its damage to any one of your opponent's creatures instead of to them. Oh, sorry. Actually, okay, I thought it was like if it is blocked, you can like punch something else. So if it attacks and isn't blocked, we can actually snipe something else down. But can it be any creature? You may have its assign combat damage to a creature defending. Oh, it has to be to a creature defending player controls. So they have to block. Otherwise, like they're just gonna lose their thing. Or I don't know the nature of why you wouldn't block this. Tommy Sins like, this is a zombie at home. Yeah. It's so similar, actually. Look, the woman in this image is reading from a book. From time, knowledge. From knowledge, power. Yeah. The power to wield the power of a library. Oh, we didn't do bear cups? You mean bear cub? Is stinking cute as hell? I thought we did the bear. Oh, we didn't. This is awful. It's literally just a grizzly bear. Bryce is like, how about natural spring? Natural spring water. For a low payment, you get your free, sorry, you can, if you just give us your information, we'll send you some natural spring water. And then after that, I hope you pay me a lot of money. We got for 5 mana. Hold on, we need the portal one. You gain 8 life. That is absolute stone cold worthless.
No, God, please, no.
These days, you can like pay 1 mana and gain 8 life, as long as a land came into play under your control. No, you did the $50 bear, not the cub. 50, yeah. Big Mama's worth more money. I don't know, like maybe these cards are all powerful in like portal block constructed or something. But in that case, Armageddon is completely busted. Completely busted. Okay, we running out of cards here? Life gain was so overpriced. Oh yeah. Life gain back then and even now is such an absolute trap. Exhaustion? Is this the origin story of Exhaustion? I know it was printed in Urza Saga at some point. Oh yeah, no, it actually came from the original Portal too. 3 mana sorcery at the beginning of your opponent's next turn. He or she skips untapped creatures and lands. Yeah, I think this is a very good card. It's a great way of pinning your opponents down. So like if they tap out, and especially if you're like a combo deck that it's almost like Time Walk, because you're giving your opponent another turn, but they're not going to do anything with it. So if you can Snapcaster this thing back, even more the better. Wario has a stand? I have no idea what you're talking about. We did Temporal Manipulation, King Ginger. That's the 3rd time we've got Temporal Manipulation. Gunksford, Festival of the Trocan. You like Portal, don't you, Gunksford? Festival of Trocan. 1 manas. For each creature you have in play, you gain 2 life. This is better. Okay, I like this one than the natural spring water. This is it's very realistic that you're gonna have like 4+ creatures in play and just 1 white to gain that much. Not bad. We did Righteous Fury Milo. Sorry about that. My name is Milo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Sorry, I have to do that every single time I see someone with a name like Montoya or something like that. Or something that rhymes with the other one. I don't know. Was it Montoya? I don't think it was. For anyone that knows what I'm referencing here. We have... Did we like run out of cards? Do we have nothing now? Oh, Sheelan. Warrior Stand. Was there really like almost no cards? 2 mana sorcery. Play Warrior Stand only after you're attacked. Before you declare blockers, all your creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn. Well, not much of a sorcery. That's a bit of a contradiction. Only after you're attacked. Before I have to show this before I block. Oh, that's just terrible. It's so bad. Would not be a fan. Princess Bride? Does such card exists? Oh, was it My name is Inigo Montoya. I don't know. I can't pronounce that first name. Temple Elder. Okay, Princess Bride apparently is not a card. Temple Bride. Sorry, Temple Elder. Ooh, we got the 3 mana 1/2 cleric. On your turn, before you attack, you may tap Temple Elder to gain an entire 1 life. It's over. I've got the high ground. I'm at 41 life. What are you gonna do about it? So it's completely over. Oh, Enigma Montoya is Samut in Gatherer. The Tested? Which Samut? Oh, I know what you mean. It's like those Godzilla cards. In ye go. Okay, thanks so much, Michaeling. Kano. Oh, Nikachu, the movie Princess Bride bro for the quote. Okay, thank you so much. And, okay, Kano with Swarm of Rats. They're gonna swarm you. 2 mana for a star 1. Swarm of Rats' power is each equal to the number of rats you control. I don't get it. Like, rats, they always... I guess rats are stronger in numbers. That's the whole point of this thing. This thing can get quite big in a rat deck. However, 2 mana for this? I don't know. If you're playing a rat deck, you might be desperate. There's got to be a point where, what, you could play Relentless Rats? Spend 3 mana? Hold on, this is... We have to see the Portal Second Age card. Ooh, River Boa. I love River Boa. Huge fan of River Boa. It was never in Portal. It was never in Portal. It was never a Portal card. I've been lied to. My whole life is a lie. Sheelan with Goblin Warstrike. Single red sorcery. Goblin Warstrike deals to your opponent damage equal to the number of goblin cards you have in play. This is a banger. I think this is better than what's it called? Fling. I think because you don't have to sacrifice anything in play. B, you can sack a ton of stuff. Or sorry, not a sack. You can deal a huge chunk of damage. Now the only disadvantage, it's only to target player or planeswalker. So you can't hit creatures, but still, it's not bad. I think this is a great card for the goblin decks. Okay, we need the unblockable, the Talus Warrior. I bet there's like way more cards that people don't even know exist. 3 mana for a 2/2. It can't be blocked. Ha! Not gonna get through this, that's for sure. The sea is in their blood, literally. Are they like water creatures? It's a pirate. It's a human pirate warrior. That'd be part like fish or something. Mitch with Mana War. Was this in Portal? I don't think it was in the second Portal. It was in OG Portal, and then the three, or it was in a starter set. I don't think Mana War was actually in Portal 2. Portal 2, the sequel to the beginners. Doesn't count. Oh, was it River Bear? Not. Oh, did I miss that? River Bear instead of River Boa. Oh, sorry about that, Toads. River Bear. 4 mana for a 3/3. It's got Island Walk. I like that. That's cute. Terrible card, but it makes some sense. But you know what? If River Bear is allowed to have Island Walk, like millions of cards should have Island Walk. Every merfolk should naturally have Island Walk. If the bear can have it, why can't every like they're all underwater creatures for crying out loud. Every jellyfish, every fish, it all should have Island Walk. Or it should have like Island Shadow or something like that. It's basically, it has Island Walk, except it can be blocked with other cards with like Island Shadow. Would make a lot more sense. Corbinek, False Summoning. Counter target creature spell. Oh yeah, we did this one. The dangerous one! Dangerous! Town Sentry. Card sucks. Art goes hard, though. Does it go as hard as blasting a giant in the face with a giant shotgun? Okay, Town Sentry. 3 mana for a 2/2 soldier. If it blocks, it gets +0/+2 until the end of the turn. How does it go hard? Okay, so we've got some guy in armor with a big... It's almost like a chainsaw sword of some sort. So yeah, he's got a sword. Big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big sword. 2 goblins outside the gates of Troken. Gotcha. Full summoning, a flash sorcery. I think we did that one. Oh yeah, the portal. Yeah, like In this set, there was like so many flash sorceries. The sorceries, they had to upgrade themselves to become instants. Cameron with Tidal Surge. The Second Age. Oh, it had that poem. 2 mana for a sorcery. Tap any 1, 2, or 3 creatures without flying. Tap any 1, 2, or 3 creatures without flying. Yeah, card unfortunately is pretty crap. Especially since it's sorcery. If you could do this at instant, it would be nice. Raznab is like, can you imagine if Island Home was this creature can only block and be blocked by creatures with Island Walk? I can see it happening. I absolutely can see it happening. I want to see a Merfolk gain Mountain Walk. Well, they can walk on land. I would imagine everything should have Planeswalk. I guess maybe that explains why like nothing has Planeswalk, because everyone can be on the plains. Planeswalk is so rare. The only things that have Planeswalk are like chickens that like run through the field and you barely even see them coming. Aliborn Musketeer has a hand cannon and a real man's gun. 2 mana, 2/1. Oh, this is also Second Age. They had a lot of guns in this thing. Tons of guns. Well, this is a very weird looking gun. That's a BFG if you ask me. 2 mana for a 2/1. Aliborn Musketeer can block creatures with flying. But terrible card. Terrible. Absolute trash. Did we do Breath of Life? I don't know. I don't know, Belle. Let's go investigate. I don't even know if we can do a Portal set, given the fact that like Portal version 2 is all reprints. 4 mana for a sorcery. Take any 1 creature card from your graveyard and put that creature into play. Treat it as if you just played it from your hand. This card is absolutely great. There's nothing wrong with that. It's White Reanimator. Is there anything wrong with this? Turn target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, I guess White sort of has that reanimation type of thing. Get up, soldier. Just gotta zap you. Get that heart beating again. Just a random aid with Armored Griffin. Armored Griffin, 4 mana for a 2/3 Griffin with Flying and Vigilance. Is that it? Not good enough. Not good enough for me. Was there literally a card called Troken? The Troken? No. Oh, maybe Troken High Guard is what you're talking about? This is a machine? It's so weird. You got like this knight. 4 mana for 3/3. You got this knight with a gun. Battle tempers soldiers as fire tempers steel. I wonder if they reference guns at all in the flavor text. Okay, Shilin is like, Dark Offering. Absolutely terrible black removal. Also, Portal Second Age had a lot of effectless creatures. Yeah, they had a lot of potato. What's it called? Potato. Vanilla creatures. That's what I meant. 6 mana sorcery. Destroy any 1 creature that isn't black. You gain 3 life. Ah! So if we mass remove everything, we lose 2 life for each creature that dies. But if we kill 1 singular creature, we're actually allowed to gain some life off of this. Did we do Deja Vu? It's Deja Vu that I've seen people say Deja Vu so many times. The artwork during this era is fantastic. Oh, you like the guns, huh? You like this big gun. It looks so weird. Like actually, this art looks very, very nice with the shining armor and the blade of this knight, and just randomly has a gun in hand. Why does it cost 6? Well, because it's terrible removal. Look, they didn't think Fatal Push was fine at this time of the Magic the Gathering era. Cameron never got his card. It was piracy. Oh, sorry about that, Cameron. Piracy. A very interesting card. Blue sorcery. This turn you may tap your opponent's lands to help pay for your spells. Now, so it's never gonna happen. I mean, unless you're like colluding with someone, like, hey, I need mana for this big thing. This is gonna save us. Let me use your mana. Otherwise, you can force people to tap out. You go like first main phase, piracy. Get them to tap out. Second main phase, go about your business. It's like, I don't know, protecting yourself from counterspells or interaction. Or even, forcing piracy. Then maybe you flash something in play at your beginning of combat step. So I think this is actually quite a very unique, interesting card. How does piracy even work? Until end of turn, you may tap lands you don't control for mana. Spend this mana only to cast spells. That's how it works. So alternatively, you can get... Oh, actually it hits everybody. Yeah, so it actually forces everyone at the table to tap out. So like the deal is piracy's on the stack. If they don't want you to use their mana, then they have to tap all their lands. Then you don't get the mana anymore. But if they leave them untapped, then I mean... It's gonna be some juicy mana. Mana burn was a thing. Yeah, mana burn was a thing back then. Crowcore Games with Talus Explorer. 2 mana for a 1/1 merchant. What the hell is this? Flying. 2 mana for a 1/1 flyer is not bad. Comes into play from your hand. Look at your opponent's hand. I sort of like it. I wish it was 1 mana though. It's a human pirate scout. So you basically have a Gitaxian probe attached to a 1/1 flyer. Milo Montoya. Cruel Edict. I think we did this one. Yeah, we did this one. Sorry about that. Your opponent chooses one of their creatures and destroy that creature. No, they don't. They just sacrifice it. We did Renewing Touch. Damn. Okay, hold on. Wild Ox. Oh, Ox of the Swamp is... what is your wisdom? Wild Ox! 4 mana for 3/3 with Swamp Walk. We heard bears with Island Walk. We'll get this. We have Wild Oxen. They have Swamp Walk. Okay, Bell with the Goblin General. Okay, what is this? 3 mana for a 1/1. When it attacks, all your goblins get +1/+1 until end of turn. I think that's fine. Especially, you gotta make some good use out of all these pithy little dinky 1 mana goblin tokens that you have. And so if you're going in the red zone with Goblin General, now problem is you do have to attack with your Goblin General, but everything else gets +1/+1. Drain power, not in this set, is better because their mana pool empties into yours. Oh, okay. What do we got here? Bee Sting. We got 4 mana sorcery. Bee Sting deals 2 damage to any one creature or player. Is that it? Is that what a bee sting is worth around here? I mean, I guess if you get bit enough by bees, it is lethal. So maybe it's actually very flavorful, to be honest. You know, the killer bees, 1 bee sting, that's not gonna kill you. But if you get swarmed by them, they're deadly. Don't be pissing off the bees. I saw a lot of videos. It's so cruel how the human bees steal their honey. Yeah, we're gonna just take everything. It's all ours now. All right, here's your nest back. Sorry about that. It's also green direct damage. Oh yeah, this is rare green direct damage. Anyway, I still think, I mean, I'm not gonna play this for 4 mana. Do we see Nature's Lore? Dr. Beast! 2 mana. Where's the portal? Portal Second Age. 2 mana. Search your library for a forest. Yeah, we looked at that. That one is actually one. It doesn't look like much. I think it's actually one of the better cards. Oh, did Mind Rot come from this set? I'm pretty sure people still play Mind Rot. Oh yeah, it did come from this set. It's better art though. 3 mana sorcery. Your opponent chooses and discards 2 cards from their hand. It's Pauper. This sees Pauper play, doesn't it? I'm like 95% sure this is a Pauper playable. Bee Sting is a color pie break. Of course, it costs much more. Yeah. I mean, everything is technically like playable as a color pie break. You're just gonna pay a little extra for it, or it's gonna deal damage to you, or something. Something bad's gonna happen to you. Hidden Horror, make me internet sounds until I read the errata. You got me. You have my curiosity here. Okay, let's see the portal second. 3 mana. When Hidden Horror comes into play from your hand, choose and discard a creature card from your hand or destroy Hidden Horror. I think what it means is like... Okay, I'm trying to guess. How is this going to turn out? It's going to turn out into one of 2 ways. It's going to be like, when Hidden Horror enters the battlefield... discard a creature card from your hand. If not, sacrifice Hidden Horror. The alternative way they could have worded it is an additional cost to casting Hidden Horror, discard a creature card. That's the otherwise. Well, I mean, otherwise don't play it. All right, and the drum roll, please, is when Hidden Horror enters, sack it unless you discard a creature card. It was one of those 2. We got Mitch with Ancient Craving. Oh, I think we did this. Yeah, we did this one. Sea Drake. Interesting how you could break it. Probably. You know, there's not a whole lot of cards to be broken in Portal, to be honest. They're like supremely underpowered for a reason. This is a beginner set. They're trying not to make it complicated. These days, though, they power creep everything, even in the face of the beginners. Poor beginners. 3 mana, 4/3 Flying Drake. When Sea Drake comes into play from your hand, return any 2 of your lands from play to your hand. Oh, yeah, I mean, there might be something to that because of landfall these days. So I could see, like, I could actually see someone playing this card. This is not the worst thing in the world. Your average person is not going to play this. But if you have, like, landfall, if, maybe your lands just have ETBs. Oh, you got Field of the Dead or some crap like that. This would work. Small amount of big text on simple cards. I like this. Yeah, I like how they made everything bold back then. It's just easier to read that way. Go Milo, Tremor. One mana deals 1 damage each creature without flying. Actually playable. Sheelan, Ogre, Berserker. 5 mana, 4/2. It is unaffected by Summoning Sickness, which means it has haste. Really excited to get into that red zone and then die because that's 2 toughness. We did Vampiric Spirit. I think we did enough, basically. We basically got to the show. Sadly, a lot of these were reprints from like Alpha, Beta, and Portal 1. I don't even know if we can do Portal 1. There's not enough unique cards in all of Portal 2. Or, I don't know, I'll have to take a look at the set. If you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks everyone who shows up today. And also thanks everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or super chat so other people are part of the show. And thank you so much for being here today. The show is brought to us by people like Darren, Milo, Bandit, Keith, Toads, Kano. Steve Cooper was here all along. Look at that. The Lurking Steve Cooper. Crowcore Games, King Ginger, Bell, Dinglebag, Kano, Toads. Because you guys are the crew. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.